Hello everyone. Today I am going to show you how to look at users and groups on a Linux system and how to look at the etc password file and the etc group files to see how group membership works. These are really important concepts because you are working with files. This is always the file permission associated with those, and you need to understand how users and groups work. So you will notice this. I am already logged in as a root user. Okay, so one thing you should know that any user actually see the etc password file. If you want to create user or group, you do have to have root permission. Okay, so now I'm going to do first of all is just show the contents of the special file called etc password file. Okay, so etc password file. Here is the etc password file. So anytime a new user is created or deleted, this file is automatically modified. This is the file that automatically modified. If you edit or deleted any kind of user, it's obviously with root user. It looks like a little bit cryptic at first, but once we have break into more manageable pieces, this will make a little bit more sense. Okay, so each of these line represents a user account on the system. Now they might not logged in currently, but it is a user account. So just to show you, when you create a user, what just happened. Okay, I'm going to say user add Venom. Okay, user is added. Okay, you can either say add user or user add, both will work. Then the username. Okay, I'm going to cat etc password file again. Okay, so you can see that we now have the Venom user down here. When you look at each of these lines, you will see that information separated by columns. So the columns just the delimiter of this information. The first piece of the information indicates that the username, and the second part of the information is simply X, and it just indicates that there is a password file that has encrypted password. It is in a separate location. The other older version Linux and the Unix, that is always encrypted password actually displayed here in the older version basically, but for the security reason it has been moved to a separate file or separate location. The third piece of the information is user ID. So when somebody type ID, it will show the user ID of that user. So here is the user ID is 0. So the fourth piece of the part is of this information is the user primary group that they belongs to, and so this is where /etc group file comes into play. We are going to open that up in just a moment. This is 1004, the group ID number. The fifth piece of the information a description of the username. This is it's empty here. Okay, it's empty, but I wanted to modify it. I could do that. In fact, let's do it. So I want to go to the etc password file, and I can do it through here. Okay, or there is also commands that allows me to edit. Instead of accessing directly, I could use commands also. So what I am going to do is I am going to put here the user detail, like his full name or anything else you want to do. Here I put the Venom full name. Okay, this is the one of the important part, that you can edit the file with root user. Okay, now save the file. Okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Let's open it again. So the next entry is user directory. Okay, so when a user logs in, this is where they are automatically going to be taken. Then the last entry is the user default shell that they are taken into also. So there is a bin bash, means it's a bash shell. If I wanted to set it something else, like corn shell or bourne shell, BOURNE, bourne shell, I could do that also. So what I'm going to do is now change the Venom user password. Because I never actually set the password Venom, and now I'm going to give a new password. Well, you are trying this in the cursor, and you can see the cursor is not moving. Okay, that's by design. VENOM. Password is set. Okay, so let me go ahead and log out and log in with Venom user. Okay. So you see, you can see I am the home Venom directory. This is the default directory. When you logged in as a Venom or any other, it's default directory, that home Venom. So now back to the etc password file. As a root user, okay. So you can see the primary group is 1004. Okay, and user can belong to multiple groups, but they are always going to have one primary group that they belong to. You have to remember that a user must have only one primary group and other groups are secondary. It is called secondary group. So I am going to do a special file that represents the groups on the system. Okay, what is the group? Need to see group. This is the group file, is called, it's a group file. There is actually group called there is actually group called this Venom group is already created, which ID is 1004. I can get rid of that group. I can add other group as well. In fact, I am going to do that right now. I am going to log in as root user. So I am already logged in as a root user. So root user only can delete or remove any group. So first of all, I am going to let me look at the main page of group del. So I want to delete that group del. You can also see here, this is the group del. What we can do, we are group del. So cannot remove the primary group of users, so you cannot remove because it already mentioned on the Venom user. So what you have to do is, you have to first add a group. That group you wanted to belong that Venom group. So you don't want the Venom's primary group will be the Venom group. So main group add, yes, you can forcefully edit the group ID. I'm going to go to the go to the below of C also. Here is the group there. You can see lots of commands that are related to group add. Okay, let's first of all add a group. I'll create a group add. First create a group, then what do you have to do? Sorry guys. So let me check the password, and the primary group of the Venom is Venom group. Oh, sorry, it is his group. What is the ID of one operation group? What is the ID? 1005. Okay, so go to the password file and edit that group ID 1004 to 1005, and it belongs to the operations group. See, so then you can go the Venom group. So Venom group is deleted. So that's it. So now let me log in as a Venom user, and I'm going to create a file. Okay. I want to create it here. So I'm going to now create a new user at file. giving a password Ali. Okay, Ali Avenue Manager. Now I am going to see you how the permission works here. So now I create a folder name my underscore folder. Sorry, so how can you create a folder? And can I do now? So you have to change the create your own file. So when I do list your cells for a long listing, you can see here this first dash is telling you that this is a regular file, and next three entries is the owner permission of the file. So Venom can read and write but not execute the file. The next three is for the group permission. Groups can only read the file. So what group are we are talking about? Well, this file belongs to the operations group. So operations groups. Okay. So you know that ABC does WD. So all Ali it belongs to 1004 group. Ali group. So I want to change the password file to operations group. Okay. So Ali belongs to the operations group. So let me give you the permission again. Venom and operation. Okay. So Ali belongs to operations group. So Ali should read the file. So let me check again. Ali. Okay. So what Ali can do is cd dash my folder is my file. You see, this is Venom, cd my folder, vi my file, love yourself, and exit. Again I am going to log in as Ali user, so Ali can read that file. It is my file. You see, Ali can read the file. If somebody has an account on the system but they are not belong to the operations group, they also can do read. Okay, they can also read the file. Okay, so it's not belongs to here, but you can see the others, or everyone can read who has an account on the system. They can also read. So what can you do? You are the owner of the file. Venom is the owner of the file. So now I can change the permission. How can you change the permission? Look at that. So now I am going to log in as a user. You see, Ali has no permission. Only owner can read, write, execute, and no other person can read or write or execute. So well, I hope this has been a nice information for you. So I have already shown you this permission information in another video. You can check that out also. It's much more details than today's video. I'm only focusing on today's video is etc password file and etc group file and how we can edit that. Okay, so I hope I'll see you again with a new video. Basically not new video, you already know that. I haven't finished the chown commands, how chown commands you can use in the Linux system. So yeah, I might come with chown video. So please subscribe my channel, and if you have any questions, say it on the say it on the comments, and I hope we'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.